Y'all, I realized I was suffering for no reason because I kept gripping onto people and situations long after their role in my life was over. They had already served their purpose, but instead of accepting the lesson, I was clinging to the moment, the comfort, the familiarity. And the whole time, y'all, I thought I knew what was best for me. But in reality, life knows best. Instead of being a student of life, I was trying to be teacher, principal, guidance counselor. And as students of life, we have to allow life to teach us and show us what it is that needs to be shown. The more we try to control life and manipulate life, outsmart life, and predict the future, overly consume ourselves with the outcome of the story that we're telling ourselves in our head, not only it increases our suffering, and it serves as a repellent to what we desire. The more you are gripping on this life, the more you are trying to control this life, the more you are actually serving as a repellent to what it is that you desire. And baby, I've been there, done that. This is a safe space for all, okay? The thing is, what we think is best for us is not always what's actually best for us. We think we know what's best, but in reality, life knows best. My question to you is, do you want to be free or not? That's why we are here, to live this life and experience this life, experience all that this life has to offer. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, y'all. How to stop controlling life, how to let go. Welcome back to Tired of Thinking. I'm Golden Girl. And honestly, let's just jump right into it, y'all. Trying to control everything doesn't make you responsible. If anything, quite the contrary. It makes us scared, it makes us anxious, and it makes us exhausted. It's like we think we're being proactive, but in reality, we're gripping life so tight that we're not even allowing ourselves to experience it, because we are gripping life. Loosen your grip on this life. Let life breathe without your supervision. Let life show you what it is that it needs to show you. You cannot supervise life. And then for me, it literally looks like I am trying to hold on to, it's usually a person for me, but like I said, this can be any person, place, thing, or situation, y'all. Wanting to hold on to people after their role in your life is over. You have to understand that we don't own people and we don't own situations in this life. People come to us to serve as a lesson or a reflection, or both. And when we try to hold on to things that have already played their part in our life and are technically no longer needed, we become more attached. We suffer unnecessarily. It's like, yeah, this life has suffering, but we are suffering unnecessarily when we are overly attached to people, places, things, and situations. And a lot of times, the things that we're gripping onto aren't even good for us. We just want it. We just want it out of fear, anxiety, lack. Maybe we think that this is the best that we can do. Maybe we think that you'll never find another person like that, another situation like that, another friend like that. When in reality, you don't even know what this life has in store for you. You have no idea. But you will not be able to receive all the goodness that this life has to offer if you are gripping onto things that are no longer meant for you. You're not going to see it. You're not going to be able to be open to it. So it's like, really, my friends, when things are no longer serving us in this life, let go. I gripped onto my ex because even though I knew this wasn't my person, and I knew that I was anxiously attached and he was more avoidant. And instead of taking the lesson and just taking my lesson and running and leaving, I held on to it. I gripped and gripped and gripped. And I was just repelling everything that I wanted because I was just so overly attached because of fear, because of anxiety. I didn't think that I would ever be able to find another connection like that. And like now looking back on it, it's like, was it the connection even as great as I remember? We tell ourselves these stories. Oh my God, it was so great. It was so amazing. I'm like, maybe you were the amazing and the great one. Was the third party even that great and that amazing? Or was it just you being your naturally funny, charismatic, amazing self? Those are things that our mind does to us to keep us attached. Our minds will play tricks on us to make it seem like it was better than it really was, when in reality, it wasn't that great. Maybe there were some great moments, don't get me wrong. Overall, the big picture, at least for me, let me just speak for myself, child. Like, at least for me, it wasn't as great as I made it seem. Looking back on it, it really wasn't. I was attached to what I wanted to happen. I was attached to the outcome. I was attached to what I thought was best for me. I was attached to I know best. I know best. But like I said, and I'll say it again, life knows best. We do not know what's best. Let life show you. That's why we continue to repeat the same lessons over and over and over again, a lot of times, because we think we know what's best. So we think for some reason it's going to be different this time. And what's that quote? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Been there, done that, y'all. I am right here, right alongside with you, walking through this life. Take the lesson. It was meant to change you, not stay with you. Let it go, my friends. Let it go. We cannot control people. We cannot control outcomes. We do not own people. We do not own situations. We are experiencing this life. We are a being, a human being experiencing this life, a spiritual being experiencing this life. That is our only job, is to experience and take said experiences that are either a lesson or a reflection or both. Take them and learn from it. Apply it to your life. Apply it so that you can grow and evolve and change. Because the thing is, a lot of times with humans, we don't want things to change. Even if we don't like our current reality, for some reason, we just get so comfortable in it. We don't want anything to change because this is what we know. Or maybe it's so good that it feels almost too good to be true and we cling on to it and we want things to be permanent. We want people, places, things, and situations to be in our life forever. And you start to become anxiously attached. Permanence isn't peace. It's control dressed up as comfort. That's another way that we try and control our environment, by wanting things to stay the same, by wanting things to be permanent, by wanting people, places, things, and situations to become permanent in our lives, to be damn near become calcified in our lives. Maybe we think that we can't get better. Maybe we think that this is as good as it's going to get, which is lack. That is lack. Lack will make you think that better will never come. Lack will make you think that this is as good as it's going to get. I'm not telling you this to not enjoy your life and not to love people and care for people. No, I want you to love and care for people and experience this life and experience all the emotions that come with experiencing this life. And at the same time, I don't ever want you to grip so hard to things that it's taking you away from the experience of life. Because when we're gripping, when we're controlling, when we're not allowing things to come and go and flow and to be, when we're too worried about the outcome and the future and the what if and this and that, you're no longer experiencing life. You're too focused on controlling it. Wanting everything to stay the same isn't stability. It's fear management. You're trying to manage your life. You're trying to supervise your life. Trying to make life stay permanent. It's like trying to force a moving world to stop moving. That is control. It's not peace. Allow people to act how they please. Allow situations to play out the way that they're meant to play out. And we have to remember that the way that we think people should act, the way that we think situations should play out, is not always what's best for us. That's all ego talking. We think we know what's best when in reality, life knows best. So stop trying to control your environment. You're like white knuckling the steering wheel and saying you're relaxing. Like, no, you're not relaxing. You're not. You are high strung, gripping on for dear life, freaking out anytime there's a slight change in your life, or freaking out whenever one thing doesn't go your way. You need to relax and let life be. And I'm speaking to myself too, because I be trying to control things. I used to try and control everything around me. The people I dated, my friends, my environment, how situations played out. I would keep myself up at night thinking, ruminating. How is this going to play out? What can I do to make it play out the way that I want it to play out? No, that is not. No, like you're going to drive yourself mad trying to control your environment and every outcome. And if you haven't driven yourself mad yet, you will. You're going to drive yourself crazy trying to control external factors, third parties. All you can control is self. Control outside of self is an illusion. You cannot control anything outside of self. So when you find yourself overly ruminating on people, places, things, and situations, overly ruminating on what you think is right, on how you want things to happen, return to self. Your day, your happiness, your goals, focusing on what you can control, and then leaving the rest up to God. And just knowing that everything is always working out for you. It's always working out for you. It's always working out for you. When you are trying to control your environment, that is lack, because that means you don't think that things are working out for you. Simple as that. You're trying to control your environment because you think that if you don't control it, that it's not going to work out for you. But that is not the case, my friends. It is going to work out for you. It may not look how you want it to look, but it's going to work out for you. It's always working out for you. You just have to let it work out. Don't be so tunnel vision on what you think is right. Don't be so tunnel vision on how you want it to play out. Let life show you what it is that you need to see, what it is that you need to know, what it is that you need to learn. You're not going to experience the full scope of this life if you're too worried on trying to control it and trying to make sure things stay the way you want it to stay. No. I'm not even laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at myself too. I'm thinking back. I'm just how high strung I used to be, just like how I was just worried about everybody else and their mama, but not me. Like, why are you like, girl, like come sit down somewhere and just chill. It's going to be okay. Even if it doesn't work out the way that you think it's meant to work out, you're going to be okay. Because a lot of times the way that we want it to work out is thinking small. God has better things in store. Don't let people overstay their welcome in your life. When their part in your life is over, let it be over. I think back on times where I have like gripped onto people that had already played their part in my life, and the way I suffered, y'all, the way I suffered, I'm just like, girl, you didn't have to suffer like that for real. All you had to do was just let go. I thought holding on would save me, but in reality, it was the exact thing ruining my life. Unnecessary suffering, y'all. Just like I'm saying, just unnecessary suffering. Like life within itself already just has like a baseline amount of suffering already. Instead of just taking the lesson and moving forward, we want to hold on forever. For what? For what? For what? Why do we do that to ourselves? Oh my gosh. Like, I'm just thinking back. I'm just like, oh my God, I can laugh about it now. But baby, when I was in the thick of it, like in the moment, like it felt like do or die. It felt like if I don't get this thing, if I don't get this person, it's going to be the end of the world. I'm just like, girl, it's not that serious. Get a grip. Actually release your grip, loosen your grip. So you're probably wondering, how do you let go? How do you let go? People always talk about how do you let go? I feel like some of y'all think it's like this like phenomenon. It's like this special club. Just let go. No, seriously, you're gripping. Return your awareness back to self. I feel like that is probably the simplest way to let go. You have to stop thinking about them so much. Stop thinking about it so much. Stop thinking about the person, place, thing, or situation so much. Stop worrying about the outcome. Stop worrying about the past. Think about the now. Think about what you want. What's going to make me happy? Your life, your goals, what you want to do, what you want to eat, what you want to create. How do you want your life to look? Stop worrying about third parties. They're not doing you any good. It really is that simple sometimes. You have to bring your awareness back to self. Live your life. Focus on you. Focus on self. Visualize that there's like an invisible string between you and this third party, whether person, place, thing, or situation. Visualize it, and then visualize yourself or God or whoever, whatever is going to help you, cutting the rope. Visualize it and feel what it feels like when that string cuts. Sit with it. Visualize yourself being free and sit with the feelings and the emotions that come with being free. That's another way to let go. Bring your awareness back to self and visualize the rope being cut. And do it over and over and over and over and over again. That's the key. We have to repeatedly do these things. We have to repeatedly bring our awareness back to self. We have to repeatedly visualize the rope being cut. And then eventually, you don't even have to do that. It doesn't have to feel like a chore. It doesn't have to feel like work. I know this might have been a little rambly, but hopefully you at least learned something, or I just at least felt heard and safe and understood. Yeah, like y'all, we got this. Remember, we are the students of life. Life is the teacher. So let life teach, and we learn from life. We can't be teacher, principal, guidance counselor, janitor, teacher's aide, and student. No, we can only be student. All right, my friends, that is all I got for y'all. This is Tired of Thinking, and I'm your host, Golden Girl. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye.